What are some things that you can do that make your ex really fear losing you, that make them think, I hope I never lose you from my life? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video, and please stay tuned through to the end because you might be surprised at some of these. I also want to hear down in the comment section below if these are things that you are doing in your situation. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life. Now, obviously, if you're watching this video, there's probably a reasonably good chance that you see the potential that you have between you and your ex. You know that there's something powerful there between the two of you. That's why you're here. That's why you're interested in saving this relationship. It's not just some, it'd be nice if we were back together because, I don't want to be alone kind of thing. But there's something special in this connection. What is it that you can do to make your ex really see that, to make them feel it, to make them understand this themselves? So the first thing that you can do is to really make sure that you're focusing on the emotional connection. There's all sorts of things on the internet that'll tell you what it's going to take to get back together. They're going to say you need to have power in the situation. They're going to say you need to have reverse psychology. They're going to say that you need to, do no contact, because if you don't contact them, then you show them that you don't need them or something like that. But these are not really the kinds of things that are going to be most effective. Why? Because what is it that makes someone want to commit to you in the first place? It's because you feel an emotional connection with that person. And when you feel an emotional connection with that person, you feel that your life can be better with them, then you want to actually connect with them. And then you actually want to commit to them. So we really want to be focusing on the emotional connection. That's why we've been talking for really years, over a decade on this channel, about emotional connection. It's because it is the most important thing that you can do. As you can see, we are still having some really, really gnarly, choppy waves out here today. And if you watch the last video I did, I just got splashed by one of these big waves. So I'm hoping I can avoid that this time. But hey, in the meantime, if you can help me out by making sure you hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and please feel free also to subscribe to this channel, and please also make sure you hit the notification bell. I'm sure if you do hit the notification bell, it will make it much more likely that I get splashed by a giant wave, which I'm sure would be terribly amusing for you and everyone else on YouTube. The second thing that you can do is to really have a lot of empathy and understanding of your ex and their emotions and their concerns and the things that they're going through in their life. The more empathy you can have, the more they are going to feel seen and heard and understood. Emotional connection is about more than just you inserting into their understanding all of your feelings about them. It's also about them being able to feel as if someone else out there really gets them and really understands the challenges that they're going through, the hardships, the struggles, the concerns that they might have about the breakup, life, challenges and chapters that they're going through in their own life, etc. One thing that you can really truly do to empower this emotional connection is to really take an interest in them, try to understand them, try to really get and feel their world, feel the things that they are going through in their life. The third thing that you want to make sure that you do is demonstrate what we would say is emotional maturity. It's easy to get caught up in having an emotional reaction to things in life. It's easy to get caught up in, playing the victim, or in defending yourself, or in pettiness, and all sorts of things like that. But when it comes to transcending all of that and embracing emotional maturity, that is going to be a very powerful thing that is surprisingly actually very rare in life. And if you ask me, is becoming more and more rare the more people get out of the habit of interacting with others in real life and instead choose to interact with them more via social media, text message, and things like that. We really want to be building emotional maturity within ourselves. This is where a lot of the self-discipline comes in. This is where a lot of the I'm sorry if I keep looking off to the side here. I'm just really trying to avoid getting splashed by some of these waves. So as you can see, the path is wet from where waves have previously hopefully not gotten someone else soaking wet, but have definitely come up over the edges here. But emotional maturity, this is where a lot of self-discipline comes into place, where it comes to, really making sure that you are responding rather than reacting to a situation. This is where you are, being mindful about what you're saying and doing, rather than just playing into some sort of limiting belief or trauma or something like that. Because the last thing you really want to do is to be projecting your own insecurities, fears, etc. onto your partner and showing them that, hey, I'm going to have to clean up your emotions as well too. But if you can instead demonstrate emotional maturity by being mindful, by being emotionally spacious, by doing all of these sorts of things, then you're really going to be showing them that you are someone who is truly special in their life. The fourth thing that you can also do is to live a life that is aligned with your own personal values. This is also something that's very often overlooked when it comes to the relationship space. So many times we just focus on what to say, what to do, what's the magic text message script that you say. But we also have to be thinking about who is saying all of this. And yes, it would be you, but who are you? What is your life all about? What do you have to offer your partner aside from a clever text message script? You need to be thinking about this, because when someone commits to us, they are in a sense saying like, hey, I want to take part in your life. I want to take part in what you have to offer me. And what is that for you? Where is it that you want to go in life? What is it that's important to you? You want to be thinking about this stuff and thinking about what it is that you're broadcasting to someone who might consider being in a relationship with you. Are you someone who's really living into your own personal values, whatever those might be? For some people it might be adventure and fitness and health. For other people it could be, going after like starting a business and, really crushing it with your career. Or other people it might be, trying something new, or other people might be setting down roots somewhere and really building that community, network, and all that sort of stuff. All of these are going to be personal things that are personal values to you, but you really want to be living into them, not just putting these things off for another day, someday, maybe one day out there, something like that. You really want to be going after it, because the one common denominator about really attractive people is that they're going somewhere in life. They're doing something in life. But, you really just have to be going after what's important for you in life, no matter what it is. And as long as you're making progress on living into your values, that is going to be a powerful broadcast message that says, hey, I'm going somewhere and I'm doing something with this life of mine. I'm not just sort of zoning out, numbing, sedating myself with television, video games, scrolling on Instagram or something like that, but I'm actually doing something meaningful with my life. And the fifth thing that we're going to be talking about in this video here is actually having some pretty strong boundaries. But one thing that's going to be really useful for you is to enforce boundaries when needed. You don't want to be waiting around for your ex forever. You don't want to be letting them have their cake and eat it too, so to speak. That's not fair for you, and in a lot of ways it's actually not fair for them either, because they don't get to enjoy the gift of committing to something. They don't enjoy the gift of being all in on something. So what we really want to do is to, when it comes to it, when you have that emotional connection in place, leverage it by enforcing some strong boundaries in terms of what you want, in terms of where you want to go with your love life, etc., and invite them to come with you. And if they aren't able or willing to make that decision at that point in time, then you let them know, hey, that's cool, I get it, I just can't wait around forever, so maybe it makes sense for us to stop interacting like this. And if you already have an emotional connection with them, then that is going to really leverage that, because nobody wants to have this great emotional bond taken away from them. And they're going to then have to confront the fact of, okay, what's more important for me? My commitment phobia, enjoying the single life, whatever it is, or being able to maintain this great emotional bond that I have with this person that I care about. And that can be a very powerful tool that actually gets them to commit. So that being said, one thing that's really important for you is to understand where your ex is at on this emotional journey. Now, for the past several years, we've been talking about what's called the 5 stages of getting back together. So next, what I'd like you to do is to check out this video series over here that outlines what these 5 stages are, so that you can know where your ex is at emotionally, and more importantly, how to respond. I'll see you over there.